Hey everybody, I missed you guys. I have not made a video in like 7 months. That's crazy, I know. I'm so sorry I've been MIA, but I mean, I really don't have any other excuse except the fact that I'm a mom and a cheer coach and a teacher, and then I have like a lot of extra things on my plate at work. So I mean, I love YouTube and it is one of my passions. It's something that I want to do, I love to do, but I can't do everything at one time, and I have to find, you know, I don't want to do a half-butt job on stuff. YouTube has kind of taken a back seat for the past few months, so I'm kind of just like jumping back in there with this tag. So I'm sorry I've been MIA for a while, but I'm back. So today I am doing a teacher tag, and this tag came from Megan at TooCoolforMiddleSchool. I will link all of her information down below. I love doing that. She started this tag, but I just decided to jump in there and just let people know who I am because I've been gone for such a long time. Let's just get started. She listed some questions and I took a picture of them. So the first question is, what do you teach and where? So I teach kind of on the outskirts of Atlanta in Georgia, north of Atlanta, and I teach at a Title I school, very diverse population, which I absolutely love. And I teach two different things basically, well, the same subject. I teach English, but I teach 2 sections of a regular 8th grade course, and I also teach 2 sections of a 9th grade course, which is designed basically for advanced and gifted learners to basically give them a challenge. So they basically skip 8th grade English and go straight to 9th grade. How long have you been teaching? Oh, I know I don't look it, but I have been teaching, this is going into my 12th year. So I started teaching in 2006, and I've loved every moment. Not to say I've not been stressed or had bad days, I have, but like teaching, to be honest, is just my passion. Like I'm not gonna say I do it for free because someone might use that against me, but like I've always wanted to do it. So yeah, so I've been teaching for, I just finished my 11th year going into my 12th year, yay. Did you always know you wanted to be a teacher? I was pretty aware of where I wanted to go career-wise since I was like 4. At first I thought I wanted to be a writer or a journalist, and I used to sit in my room by myself and get excited about my pens, and I used to collect pens and pencils, and I asked for pens, pencils, and pads for Christmas, and while my brother and sister are asking for sneakers and I'm asking for pens. But I used to sit in my room and write stories, children's stories, starting at like between the ages of 4 and 7. I remember doing it all the time. So at first I really thought I was going to be a writer, and then at some point my mom started taking me to her job. My mom is a teacher, and she would take me to her job sometimes, like if I didn't have school or something. And I distinctly remember going to one school that was a pretty hardcore school in New York. Well, I went in and I noticed that they didn't have all the frills that my school had or that other schools I'd been inside. This school didn't have all of that. It was a junior high and high school mixed together, and it basically felt like prison. I'm just gonna be honest, it felt like a prison. And I noticed that when the kids entered my mom's classroom, they felt free, it seemed. They were more relaxed and they felt like they can just let a burden off, and that's the moment when I realized the teacher makes all the difference. It doesn't matter if you're in a school that feels like a prison, you can change that. And from that moment on, I was pretty solid, and I think I was like 7 or 8 at that time, but I realized from that moment on that I knew I wanted to be a teacher, and I've never changed my mind. What is your typical teacher outfit of the day? It depends on what season it is. Like in the winter, oh my gosh, I would live for some leggings and a dress and some knee-high boots. Like that's just my jam. Like I feel so comfortable in that. I'd wear a dress every day, like if I can wear some leggings and some boots. Well, obviously you can't wear leggings and boots all year long. So when it's not, I like to wear like pencil skirts, but not the uncomfy kind, like more like there's some that are like cotton material that Old Navy sells. They're on sale for $8 right now if you go. and there are some like Burlington sells a lot of them, but they're just more comfortable. Some are cotton, some are some other, I don't know. All I know is pencil skirts, and they're comfy. So pencil skirt with a nice shirt and sandals, like any day I can do that. Old Navy does have I think they're called the pixie pants. I love those. I need to go get some now actually, but I love Old Navy's pixie pants. You could wear that with some sandals or boots or anything. You can wear those year round. So that's basically it, like either leggings and a dress and boots, or pencil skirts and a top, or a comfy dress. I didn't used to think I'd want to wear dresses every day, but like they make some comfortable ones nowadays. So what do you usually bring for lunch? Nothing. Like if I'm being honest, like I have all these plans at the beginning of the year. Like right now I'm planning to pack my lunch and do meal prepping and la da 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 da, but it does not last at all. Probably halfway through the first month of school, it's like I start slacking on it. The good news is that my school, we have a teacher bar and it has a salad bar on there, and so sometimes like I'll just put money on my account, and whenever I forget my lunch I'll just get a salad from the salad bar. That's what I do a lot of times. Sometimes I don't eat anything and I just wait to get home, which is a terrible idea, because then I get home and I'm starving and I break all my diets like every day. So that's not a good idea, but realistically that's what happens a lot of times. When I do make my lunch at home, I love to make chicken salad, because you can make it for the week and bring it all week. So I like that. I do like getting the tuna packs from Kroger, sells them on sale all the time. And I'll usually like get some like lettuce and make like a lettuce wrap with that sometimes. Sometimes crackers, but I'm trying to cut down on carbs. So yeah, that's what I eat for lunch. What's one of your favorite books about teaching? Actually, I haven't. This book was recommended to me, I think from a class I took in college, and it's still so relevant, but this is what made me the teacher I am today. It's called The First Days of School by Harry Wong, and they do have a newer version right here. And my first like 5 years of teaching, I read this book religiously every single summer. This book basically takes you through everything you need to do to be successful, and it works. Like, I promise it works. After I've gotten some experience, a lot of these things have come like second nature to me, but I highly recommend The First Days of School. I've heard about, like, I'm really into Ron Clark right now, just like everybody else. I just learned about him not too long ago, and so I am planning on buying those books actually tomorrow. We're going to the bookstore. If it's at the bookstore. I probably need to check on that. But anyway, I think it's called Essential 55, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I really want to read his book, because I've noticed that a lot of teachers on Instagram and stuff are reading it, and I've been like looking at his YouTube stuff, and I follow him on Instagram, and so I am really interested in reading what he has to say about everything. So that's the book I recommend to try, but I haven't read it yet. But this is the one I have read cover to cover multiple times, and I promise it's awesome. Can you see that? What's one of your favorite teacher movies by far? And I haven't heard any teachers say this on this tag yet, I don't think, but Freedom Writers is hands down my favorite. I guess because she's an English teacher and she like changed the lives of these kids, and they all went to college, and that story, I know it's sappy, but it literally makes me cry every time, and it really motivates me to go back to school when I'm feeling like I don't want to go back. Like, that movie just totally gets me in the groove. So I'll probably start watching, because I only have like 2 weeks left before work starts. I know. And so I probably will watch that soon. Of course the classics like Lean on Me and things like that, but Freedom Writers, that's it right there. That's my movie. Oh, Coach Carter. Even though it's not technically like, it's about school, but it's not like from the eyes of a teacher per se, but it's still a good one. So Coach Carter and Freedom Writers are both my favorites. Who is your favorite teacher? Oh my gosh, my favorite teacher was my 2nd grade teacher. Her name used to be Miss Bo Carey, and now it's Miss Guido, and Oh, I still am in contact with her, actually. I think the reason why she's my favorite is because she cared about me as a person. And like, I guess we just connected in 2nd grade. I don't really remember like what I actually learned back then. I mean, it's 2nd grade, it's all a blur. But I do remember her giving me lotion, because like my hands used to feel like really dry, and it irked me where I couldn't do my work unless I had lotion. And she would always bring some lotion over to my desk and just squeeze it in my hands for me. She could tell when I was like squirming about it. We both have July birthdays, and so she basically planned a party for me before school ended, because she knew like the struggle of not being in school when you have your birthday. So that just like, things like that just really stuck out to me. Like, she called my mom when she was concerned about things, and I just remember her caring and being really compassionate and sweet. And then she followed me all through like my educational life. Like, every summer she sent me a birthday card. She would call and check on me. When I still lived in the same town, we would see her in like the grocery store. She'd ask about my family members. She knew everything about my family. Like, she just honestly cared. And actually, I'll insert a picture, but I just got reunited with her this past, like a couple months ago. I don't remember what month it was, but I went back up to New York, and I remembered her address, and I just showed up on her front doorstep, and she had no clue who I was at first. And then when I told her who I was, like, it was just awesome. And I'm gonna cry. I'm trying not to. But she got to meet my kids, and they loved her. Stop crying, stop crying, stop crying. And like, now we text each other all the time. Like, I got a text from her I need to respond to, actually, but she's not really on social media or anything, so I couldn't ever find her on social media, and I didn't have her number. Now I do, now that we visited, and so I just love her to death, and she's awesome. Who are some of your favorite Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube people, teachers? Oh my god, I have so many. To be honest, I don't always pay attention to the names. Like, I just look up certain topics that like I'm interested in knowing what other people think about, and then I'll subscribe if I like the person. Definitely Megan from TooCoolforMiddleSchool. I already told you about her. I'm so bad with names, oh my god. But there's the one that's in Maryland, and she's like super peppy and excited about everything, about life, and I probably should have been more prepared and like written down their names, but I just wanted to get the video recorded, and I was like, I gotta do it now because I'm not making any more excuses. So I should have looked all these people up, but I didn't. But yeah, her, and oh, and the one that just moved up to like Pennsylvania. Why don't I know these people's names? And she like is doing the Mac school. You. I like your channel. But yeah, I like to watch, I basically watch all of them. Like, if you're a teacher and you're on YouTube, I've watched you, which is probably why I don't remember people's names. I follow a lot of Ron Clark Academy's teachers. I just am in awe of them and all that they do with their time for kids. And so yeah, that's the story. Random people that I watch, and I love you. I really love you. What is one of your best classroom management tips? I have a whole video about this actually, and I might remake it because like it's like in my classroom, like spur of the moment type video. But I have recommended this to like student teachers and people that are brand new to teaching, and they all have said that it really works. Actually, I'm pretty sure that like one person shared it in their class, and like other people have come to me and told me that they learned about my method in their class, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I used the post-it note method, and I followed Harry Wong that I showed you before. I followed like his classroom management procedures and things, but what I was finding is that I was not doing a good job of paying attention to where my problems were. And I I would take care of it in the method I was told in the Harry Wong book, which was effective. But at the same time, it would be like sometimes I'd make mistakes, like, I don't know, you know how you get fed up? Like someone does something over and over and over again and it just gets on your nerves after a while, and then finally you're like, okay, now it's time for a consequence, you know? And then it could have not been them, or it's just been built up and you're kind of lashing out at them a little bit. Like I noticed that about myself one year. It was the year I was pregnant. That's what it was. I was pregnant. But I started to notice that I was doing that more and more, and I didn't like that. I felt like it was affecting the relationships in my class that year. So instead I brought about the post-it note method, and I explained it to the kids, and I'm not going to go into detail because it would take way too long, but basically like the post-it note is a silent thing. I don't correct them after I give them a warning, just like Harry Wong suggests. I don't say anything else to them. I just give them a sticky note, and there's a whole process of what to do with the sticky note, and by the end of class, if they still have the sticky note, then they're not in trouble. They can throw it away and go about their day. And if I take it, if I have it at the end of the period, they have to see me, and depending on like where they are and their behavior steps, like that would determine if they get a call home or detention or whatever. So yeah, look at that video if you're interested in that. It really works for me. After a while, I don't even have to use it anymore because the kids just get so used to it and I don't ever have to do it. What is the one reason you decided to become a teacher? I loved pens. I mean, I'm laughing, but it's kind of true. Like, I love pens, and I love paper, and I loved writing. And so that kind of sparked my interest in becoming a teacher, and I'm not joking, like that really did. And then it began to grow, like that experience when I was about 7 or 8 in my mom's classroom, like that made it grow more. So just different experiences of having great teachers and loving the process of making assignments and things like that. And then as I got older and got more of a heart, like I realized that I love changing people's lives. Like that is a passion of mine. And so the fact that I get to change 100 to 120 lives a year, like that means a lot. Like who else has that opportunity? Teachers. And so that's why I chose to do middle school, because I can affect so many people at one time, and that's why I want to change lives in pens. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if I was a little silly, but I'm so glad that you stopped by. If you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you supported my channel. And thank you, Megan, for making the tag. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye. Stay perfect.